for yourself is the only thing that's going to make you progress in life. It's going to sound redundant, but I want to say it again. Only the things that you do for yourself are going to make you progress in life. Listen, I'm not preaching to you like I'm holier than thou. I'm telling you, like, I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations in my life that helps me be able to push you. When I'm shooting these videos and I'm in these workouts, it's not about me, because I can care less what I can do, because I already know I can do it. Not being cocky, like, I already know I can do it. But if I'm not delivering the message to someone out there who is just starting, someone out there who may have been working out for years and being demotivated, for someone who wants to just push themselves a little bit harder, for someone who's having some kind of pain and trouble in their life and this is their outlet, if I'm not thinking of these things and really saying, I want to give this to you, then I'm not doing my job. When I'm in the videos, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be anything. Only thing I'm trying to do is do the best that I can do to motivate you. And toward the end of any of your workout, or when you starting your workout, or if you know someone who you're trying to motivate your workout, the one thing we have to remember is that you are the only thing that matters. I can scream, I can be a trainer in your gym, and I can scream and yell at you day in and day out, and you can still move like this if you wanted to. And I'm not saying move like this might be hard for somebody, I'm talking about for me. But if I want it, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna go. I'm always gonna try to go faster than I did before. This is something else you might not believe, but I'm just gonna give you a little insight into my life. Before we came down here, I'm like, oh my God, Scott, like I feel so fat today. And I knew that's the reaction I would get. I knew you guys would laugh. What are you talking about? And you know what Scott said to me? He was like, that's because most of us have been in a place where we liked, past tense, the way we looked. And we're always trying to get there again. Yes. But even when you were there, you still have problems with the way that you look. I might not be talking to everybody, but I know there are some of you out there. And you look at me and you're like, what are you talking about? Because I know how I look, I know what I can be, but then I always have to remember to tell myself and what I preach, every single day, believe it or not, our body is changing. We forget that. We were once an infant, and you know, kids, babies, you know, if you don't see your friend or your sister's or your brother's baby for 2 weeks, and you see the baby in 2 weeks, you're like, holy crap, your baby is getting so big. The same thing is happening to our body every single day. When I get 65, I'm gonna be fit. But I know I'm not gonna look the same exact way I do now. The only job that I have is keep pushing through and keep staying positive and have the integrity for me so that I can continue to push forward. And that's really what this is about. I don't really care if you have a six-pack. Like, I'm happy for you if you're happy. I really am. Like, in some people's six-pack, I'm like, man, that looks really good. But if you're happy with the way that you look and feel, that's much more important. And I hope that that's the message you take from any time you do one of my workouts. Now you have a little more insight to say, when I'm in that camera screaming at you, it's not just because it's for a purpose. So how do you feel right now? That makes sense. Some people are looking at me like, I'm not really interested in talking to you right now. And that's totally fine. When we do our workout, so we were just, I'll give you a little insight of Shaun T. But we just went on like a 25-day vacation, and I knew that this is my first event for the year. Like, you guys are my first event 2018. Which makes me very happy, but it's always great to see Doug and Tracy and Tammy, so it's always a good little loving community to go to. But beyond that, so toward the end of the year, we all fall off. You know, I had the holiday edge on my website, and I had my 10 sanity, and I'm, you know, working out. But me too, like, still going in on the pumpkin pie and stuff. And so we go on this 25-day vacation, and believe it or not, that's the best time for me to work out because I don't have business to tend to. So we're on this 15-hour flight from New York to Johannesburg, and then we have like another 2-hour flight to Cape Town. Now, you're sitting in your chair. I mean, you do get up and try to like stretch, whatever. So we finally get to Cape Town, we get to our hotel room, and we are like, you know, I'm not sure if anybody of you have ever flown that long, but you're stiff. Or if you've driven that long, you're stiff, and like, you're so unmotivated to do anything but eat and sleep and have a drink. Yeah. So we're in the hotel room, and we're like, oh my God, we're so hungry. And then we're both like, we have to work out. You haven't really slept, we have to work out. So anyway, we were climbing, so in a couple of days we were climbing table